What's good? It's Jordan. Today, I'll be talking to you about understanding delayed gratification. See, what we have to understand is many times within society, especially with social media and modern technology, many times we may want to do things that other people are doing. We may want to look into other people's lives and see what's going on with other people's lives and how they're living their own personal lives. We may be encouraged and motivated by the lifestyles that other people may present via social media. But what we have to understand is everyone has their own individual life to live. Your life shouldn't be formulated the same as someone else's life. Someone else's life shouldn't be formulated the same as your life. And what we have to understand is when we try to formulate our lives and compete and compare and contrast with other people's lives, nothing good ever comes out of it. We have to understand that at the end of the day, your life is what you make it. The importance of your life is dependent on whatever you do with your life is the decision that you decide to make within your own life. Do not let anybody stop you or control you from making decisions in your own personal life that you feel are decisions that make sense within your own life. And at the end of the day, many times we may have people who are there for us, who care for us, who want us to do better, who want us to reach the pinnacle and heights that we feel that we want to reach, that are going to support us, that are going to help us, that are going to provide advice and try to put us up on game, so to speak. And you may not like it. You may not like the advice that they may provide to you. You may not like the insight that they may provide to you. But at the end of the day, those people care for you. And know and understand that those people want to see you do the best within your own personal life and within yourself. And then there's going to be people who are going to be negative towards what you do, try to stop you on your mission, your journey, your path, your purpose. So, at the end of the day, just focus up on everything that you need to do in this life and understand that even if it's not your time right now, in the future, you have time. You have to understand that time is important always because many times we don't look at time and we don't factor in the time that we have. And sometimes we may not use time to the best of our advantage. And even if you wake up today, today's the day that you can make a change within your own life. And today's the day where you can make that change for the betterment of your own health, the betterment of your own lifestyle. And it's important that we just look at time and just not compare with other people because when you start comparing and contrasting, nothing good comes up out of it. And at the end of the day, you just have to know what you want for your life. I feel as though if you're comparing and contrasting with other people constantly, it's because you don't know what you want for your life and you rather just follow the guidelines of somebody else. But at the end of the day, it's important to know yourself. It's important to know what you want to do with your life. It's important to know your identity as a whole, because if you don't, you get caught up into these traps of trying to compete and compare with other people. And really and truly, you're diluting your authenticity. At the end of the day, know that your time might not be now, but you still have the ability to work. You still have the ability to make the best efforts to understand what you want to do in this life and the purpose that you may have behind your own personal life. And you're going to have to embark on this journey constantly if you really want to make a change. You see, sometimes some people are scared to make a change because they're afraid of what their friends may say, what their family members may say, what their associates around them may say, just their social groups and social circles. But if you live like that, you're never going to do anything. You're always going to have to wait till somebody else says something for you to do something. You're always going to have to try to piggyback off someone else, and you're never going to create the life that you really want. Many times people hide behind things because they're afraid of doing things themselves and they're afraid of the changes that they may make in their own personal life. Sometimes people may feel like if they have to make changes in their own personal life, it's leaving other people behind. But at the end of the day, what we have to understand is if those people are a detriment to your life and they're not helping you in your own life be the best version of yourself, they're not helping you propel your life to the highest, they're not supposed to be in your life. And many times we try to hold on to people that are not meant to be in our life. at all. And sometimes it's hard thinking about it because you might have built memories with these people, these places or things, but at the end of the day, the destination to where you're going is far much greater. And if people around you cannot accept that, if people around you cannot understand that, if people around you do not want to accept it or understand, who cares? At the end of the day, it's best that we put our foot forward to know what we want to do in this life and the way we want our lives to turn out, because no one else can make those decisions for us but us. But at the end of the day, know that life is far much more greater than what meets the eye when you actually understand what you're placed here to do. Many people are placed here in this world and do not know what they want to do not know their pursuits, their talents, their goals, their visions for their life. Sometimes they may go to a 9 to 5 job, career path, so to speak, and they're just fine with doing that. They're just fine with living their life like that. But at the end of the day, if you look at your life further than meets the eye, it's not bad to have a job or a career path, so to speak. But I believe that there's also other gifts and talents that people have that they can pursue within their own personal lives. And I believe that everybody is talented and gifted. It just takes you to pursue those gifts and those talents and put your best foot forward to show the vision that you have in this life and in this world. I believe that when you start suppressing your visions, your goals, your talents, your purpose, you kind of destroy yourself internally. And day after day after day that you decide that you do not want to pursue those things, you're not able to pursue those things, and you feel like you're letting yourself down, not pursuing those things, you essentially destroy yourself. And people can tell and people will know. So at the end of the day, what do you want for your life? What do you want for yourself? Because 10, 15, 20, 30 years will go by, and if you're still having that one track mind where you feel as though you cannot do anything outside of your job within your life, then I feel as though you're wasting time and you're wasting space and you're wasting energy within yourself. I believe that we all have the ability to do something outside of our career paths. And I believe that, yes, having a career path is important and pursuing a career is important. Stability is important, but I believe that everyone has the ability to show their gifts and talents outside of that. And I believe that everybody has their own gifts and talents. But if you're not able to show your gifts and talents due to the fact of the matter of resources, I totally understand. And I believe that there's always a way if you want to seek it and pursue it. And there's always a way in your own personal life if you want to do the things that you've been placed here to do. At the end of the day, what we have to understand is with what we pursue at the beginning, we have to put it in our minds that what are we doing these things for? Some people do things for strictly monetary gains and resources as a side hustle, which is important. And then other people do it for the impact and influence, and monetary gains and resources maybe come behind those things as well. So, it's just knowing what you do it for and knowing that when you start something, you may not have the resources behind what you start at the beginning, but if you constantly face it, if you constantly take the time to craft it properly, then those things will come. I believe like when you do things off of the pure basis of actually wanting to do it and off of the pure basis of actually just being engaged and being involved, resources will come behind and you don't have to worry about those things. So also understanding and knowing why you're doing things and for what reason and the reasons behind you doing things are important. And just knowing that today it might not be your day, but tomorrow it may be your day. So it's best that we understand that and we're ready for when our time occurs. Because I believe that if you put in the work, if you're consistent, if you constantly try, if if you constantly put your best foot forward to work hard on what you want to accomplish and what you want to do within your own personal life, I'm a firm believer that you will be successful at it. I'm a firm believer that you will be passionate about it. And I'm a firm believer that it may not be tomorrow, it may not be next week, it may not be next month, it may not be next year, but if you constantly put your best foot forward, you can achieve and accomplish whatever things that you want in this life that is towards your pursuits and your goals within this life today. So today, I'll be leaving you with this scripture, and I hope that the scripture helps you in your daily personal life today. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. I want to thank you for watching today. Peace.